Hello class, my name is Al-Rahim, but some of you may know me as Al. My future students will hopefully call me Mr. Jawani or even Mr. J, like they have been at previous field experiences. This is my pathway to literacy, and I hope you enjoy the ride. As a child growing up in Rogers Park, school was never emphasized enough in my life, and at the same time, it was hard for me to make friends since I was the only Pakistani boy in my classes. I started off as a shy little boy that had an interest in math, but I was never motivated to show my true potential in school. When I started to make friends, all they cared about was sports, more in particular, basketball. I got the hang of playing every day after school with my new friends, and more people began to like me because I was good at the sport. It was hard to keep the same friends as I was growing up since my family moved so much, and by the time I entered high school, I had attended 3 middle schools and 2 elementary schools. As I attended these schools, I began to care less about what the school had to offer me and more about the condition of the basketball court in the back. People in school would always see me walking around with a backpack, my basketball shorts on, Nike socks, and my basketball right in my hand, so they knew I was ready to play at all times. One series of books that I always read were the Goosebumps collection. Those are my favorite, and I would always give me nightmares. Fun fact, I have every single edition of the Goosebumps series, which is about 170 books, and I have read through them all about twice. My collection is definitely something to see. Entering high school, the material they taught us in classes became really difficult, and I couldn't keep up with my peers. I would turn to my parents for help, but my mom wasn't too fluent with the language, and my dad would always be at work. I would ask my brother to help me, but he began to work full-time by the time I was in high school, and my sister lived in a completely different state. This put me in a difficult spot, and I would turn to sports to relieve my stress. But things changed when I met my new role model / inspiration, Mr. Joshi. Joshi was my math teacher freshman year for Honors Algebra 2 and was also my teacher senior year for AP Calculus, and helped my progress all throughout high school. Not only was he a teacher to me, but he was also a coach, a tutor, and most importantly, a friend. He always put me in check and would make sure I'm not slacking off in my other classes. In high school, most of my friends and I would ditch class to go play ball or grab some food, but Joshua would always catch me in the cafeteria and drag me to class. A lot of my friends dropped out of high school by sophomore and junior year, which motivated me even more to stay in school. My teacher showed me the importance of reading and writing that made me more involved in school. Joshi made sure all the students would succeed or at least try their hardest in high school so they didn't maintain bad habits in college. He really inspired me inside and outside the classroom. He made me understand math as a whole new language and opened my eyes to brand new opportunities out there in the world. I am proud to say because of him, I want to one day become a math teacher in the secondary field and hope to be a role model for my students just like Joshi was for me. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my pathway to literacy.
Created using Powtoon.